Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back for the penultimate round of the LCR Formula E series, and today we could wrap up the title. All we need is to finish P6 in today's race, so hopefully we can try and finish there, but it's going to be lights out and away we go. Off to an interesting start. I think there was a bit of communication errors in the party there, but we do get going. Ready for this race. We've got Rosenquist having a look on the inside as we head down towards turn 1 of Abu Dhabi. I think it's the north layout, however, I might be wrong. As well, he's going to go full send up the inside. We gave him the room through turn 2. He's going to completely slam the door shut through turn 3. And then through turn 4 as well. He's going to open up the steering lock there. So we're going to try and get back around the outside as we head down in towards the triple right-hander there. Get all stuck together between me, him and Ben as we head through the next corner there. We're going to go full send up the inside. He's still going to try and turn in on us once again there. So we're going to be side by side as we head under the hotel here, as you can see towards the end of lap 1. Just about get the car around the outside. He's going to go full send over the curbs once again. Both knock us out wide as we head down in towards the final couple of corners of lap 1 there. Even more contact between the pair of us as he's going to go back up the inside once again there. We're going to get the switchback move out of the final corner there and now move ourselves up into P3 of the race there. Not the best qualifying from myself, just really lack pace and consistency around this circuit, so hopefully we can just try to survive today and obviously wrap up the title and hopefully just see where we end up in this race as we head back down in through turn 1 and turn 2 there. Just get a nice tidy run this time around. You can see Ethan and Jordan have both pulled out quite a margin by the end of the opening lap there, so we're going to have to try and really focus on getting some good, clean, consistent laps in and see if we can close down the gap as we head now on to about lap 11 of this race. You can see we're now all over the back of my teammate Ethan as we head down in towards the end of the first sector. You can see all over the back of him, almost pushed him through a couple of corners here, just a little bit of contact there. I thought we'd actually spat him out wide through that corner, but not quite at the moment there. As you can see, still all over the back and run a little bit wide out of one of the last corners of the lap. Try to have a look up the inside in towards the final braking zone there, but we're going to try and get the switchback move on the exit there. We just about get the car to the inside. Ethan's going to dive it into the pit lane there as well, so a very, very interesting strategy called by him. So we're now up into P2. Jordan still got about a 300-foot margin at the moment as we head back down in towards turn 1 here, so hopefully we can try and close up this gap as best as possible over these next couple of laps here. I felt like, generally speaking, we were struggling, just riding over the curbs, everything like that. It's probably my biggest struggle still on a Forza at the moment. I just got home from work as well. I hadn't been able to do any practice, which probably hadn't helped us out much either, as we now head down towards the end of lap 15 here. We closed down the gap to Jordan, and now we were all over the back of him as we near the halfway stage of this race. You can see down in towards the final corner of lap 15 there. We get a little bit loose and we're going to try and get a better run out of the final turn there, but just a bit too much wheel spin on the bicycle tyres there, as you can see. So I'm now diving it down into the pit lane here. We were already down to just 5 runners in this race, so as long as I don't disconnect, we should be good actually now to wrap up the title there. As down onto the end of lap 16, you're going to see we're going to now dive it in for our pit stop here, hoping that we can try and whip out a bit of an undercut on Jordan there, but obviously also a bit careful that Ethan hasn't been able to get the overcut on us as well in this race here, as we head now down, getting all our pit stops done. Nice, put the fuel on the car, everything like that. As you can see now coming back out of the pit lane there, LCR Ben's going to jump past us. Is Ethan going to be able to get the run as well? There is gaining as we head back out of the pit lane here. What is the gap going to be? I think we've just about done enough there. As you can see, Ethan's still coming down towards turn 1 there. We've got to stay on the pit lane here. Not a pit lane that you see very often in racing being used, obviously, because most series just use the modern, or I say the modern, the newer Grand Prix style pit lane down at the full layout of the circuit there. But we do make the uppercut work on Ethan. We're now up into P3 of the race there, effectively P2, obviously, once Ben has made his stop as well in this race here. But Jordan now, he's probably going to try and dive it into the pit lane as well very, very shortly in this race. And that's exactly what he's done here. So we now need to wait and see if we've been able to try and pull out the undercut on him, or even if we've just made some gains whilst he's on a colder set of tyres over this next half a lap as well here. Down in towards the final couple of corners of lap 17 here, pretty much now at the halfway stage of this race. Through the final turn, try and get a nice tidy run, avoid the wheel spin as best as possible as we head now back down towards turn 1 here. Have we got a good run? Jordan, you can see, has come back out the pit lane there. He's coming down towards turn 1. I don't think we've quite been able to make the gap up over that lap there. And yeah, Jordan, although he's going to have the cold tyres, he is now going to come back out in the effective race lead here of this race. So hopefully we can try and close back up to him over these next couple of laps. They're still trying to push the track limits as much as possible. They're riding the curbs as best as possible there. Jordan runs a bit wide on the end of that lap. But by the end of lap 20 now, all over the back of him as we head down towards turn 1 here. Can we try and close up this gap as best as possible here? We were able to get close, but just trying to get past was a very, very much different a very, very difficult thing to try and do there. We just about get the car up the inside through the exit of the first couple of corners there. Jordan's going to just about give him the room on the exit of turn 4 there. He's going to have the inside as we head through turn 5 and turn 6 there. So he is going to slot back up now into the race lead there. As you can see, just trying to, open up the track as best as possible here. We do get the car to the outside once again as we head down in towards the next couple of corners here. And just trying to get a switchback move where possible. It's really the only thing you can do in these cars where they're just so loose on the traction here. But unfortunately for me, that didn't quite work out that time around. Jordan builds himself up a little bit of margin once again as we head now down through the final corners here, trying to modulate the power as best as possible here. And we got so close there, but Jordan just able to open up a run out of the final corner. Obviously, the slipstream doesn't really work in these cars either, just with how slow they are down the straight still. So we're trying to have a look around the outside. We bait the move. We go back to the inside in towards turn 1 there, but not quite late enough on the brakes to make anything work this time around. And whilst all this is going on, Ethan is closing up the margin once again here, still all over the back of Jordan, trying to open up right those curbs as best as possible here as we head now down off the exit of the first sector here. You can see trying to close down that gap as best as possible here. We think about trying to look up the inside, but we think better of it there. Jordan gets a little bit deep on the brakes there, so we're going to try and once again get a good run, but unfortunately just about chops in front of us there. And by the end of lap 27, he had been able to make up a little bit of a gap there. So Ben, as we head in towards turn 1, they're obviously Jordan's teammate in this championship. He's going to let Jordan through there, as he's perfectly within his right to do so, but he's going to try and park it in front of ourselves as we head through the first couple of corners here. You can see we're just trying to push him through as best as possible at the moment. Ride the curbs. Ben gets a little bit loose. We're going to have a look up the inside, go full send there through turn 3 there. Forza both of us out wide there. A little bit aggressive in my defense there. But yeah, we do make the move work. And we're now back up into P2 of the race there. There wasn't going to be much I think Ben could do in the way of defense anyway. So as we head now on to the penultimate lap of this race, we were still all over the back of Jordan at the moment. Could we potentially open up anything as we head down in towards the final couple of corners of this lap? You can see trying to get the run up the inside there. We just can't get the nose on the inside though this time around. Jordan's going to open up a slightly better run down towards turn 1 here. And can we make anything work at the moment here? 1 lap to go. Jordan is going to try and go defensive. We move to the outside, try to swoop around the outside like we did back at Rio there, but we can't make the move work this time around. We're still sat all over the back of him there. A little bit of contact as we head through the chicane there, as Jordan's just kind of trying to control the pace at the moment. Get the run off the exit of the corner there. We're trying to get the power down around the outside once again as we head down in towards the next couple of corners here. We try to get the nose to the inside there. A little bit of contact actually between us both there. We both get loose. Jordan's able to have a look back around the outside there. We do give him the move once again there, just because obviously we had slowed him down, but we tried to get the switchback move once again on the exit of the corner there. Take far too much curb. Ethan now is all over the back of us as well. There's about 40 feet separating the top 3 cars in this race there. Jordan gets a bit loose. We try to have a look right around the outside through the final corner of the race. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Who is going to be able to get the better run as we head out of the final corner there, down towards the finish line? It's going to be Jordan, but only just 10 feet was the gap at the end of the day there between Jordan and myself, and what, half a tenth, just 7/10 separated the top 3 at the line there. And yeah, that was quite a crazy race at the end of the day there. But with that result though, we do take home the Drivers' Championship. Obviously Ethan and I wrapped up the teams last week out at Hockenheim as well there. But yeah, my second place of the championship, obviously after Brands Hatch as well there. But yeah, another good fun race at the end of the day there. And yeah, with that, Ethan and I now wrapped up both titles. We can enjoy Prague, see what we can muster up from that race. We will have to wait and see about that. But Ben comes through for P4 ahead of Panda Pat, Rosenquist and Apex. They're all not making it through to the end of that race. But yeah, thank you all so much for the continued support on the channel as well. And hopefully we can just try to enjoy Prague next time out for the championship finale.